11 days, 18 hours on this character. And this video is long overdue. First time I've had the house to my lonesome self in a while. I'm just gonna talk about this game for anywhere from 25 minutes to like an hour and a half. Hopefully not an hour and a half. Right around an hour is usually how long these last. Oh man, what's going on with this game? Where do I even start? Let's try to start out positive. I'll show you guys my updated build. And it's not going to be anything special because that's how this game's loot is right now. 1.1 fucked this game right in the asshole. I was going to start out positive, but then I said that, so oh well. I'm using these dorky abilities because we were doing Police Academy to try to get some credits. Let me put on the normal stuff. Actually, I was using Smart Cover in Dark Zone the other day. That was fun. Alright, inventory. Shocker. I have the BOO AUG. I have a crafted M1 with all PvE talents. Prepared is decent. Reckless, Savage, Sentries. Man, I'm really special, aren't I? 85 health. Some skill power. Look at me. DPS changes when you switch weapons. Great game, dude. Same old chest. I got this one from, I think, challenge mode missing. It's pretty good. These are the best 163 gloves of all time. I have crit chance, health on kill, crit damage, and first aid. Very nice. All stamina gloves. All solid as fuck. Crafted a new mask for skill power. For the longest time I had skill power in my backpack, and then I, like a dumbass, re-rolled it for armor because I wanted to use non-armor mods. So I have, I think, 3 crit chance mods on right now, just to give my M1 a little bit of a boost. I was using this mask for the longest time. This mask plus my gloves and chest gave me 34% health on kill, which was just absolutely ridiculous. Knee pads, crit damage and armor with terrible resists. I'd like to craft more, but 22 fabric a pop. This is my only 240 piece. Used to have 5700 skill power. RIP. Skill power mod. And then this is my holster, which I completely fucked. This holster is probably the third highest reason of why I'm not going to play this game anymore until the patch. I re-rolled the firearms like a dumbass. I think it was like $4.98. And I re-rolled it to $5.70. I should have re-rolled the mod slot to armor, and my build would have been like fully optimized, but whatever. And then I have these leftover holsters. Anything special to go over? I had over 100 fabric yesterday, and then I just spent all of it like an idiot. 964 Dark Zone keys, is that good? Talents, because One is None was actually getting me killed, so I took that off. Triage in Dark Zone is fantastic. If you have multiple people running through your first aids, it's amazing. Adrenaline stacked with Combat Medic. If I see somebody getting focused and they get down to like a bar and a half health, and I have what? Oh, when not at full health. Oh well. And if I'm a little bit weak, and I medkit, I heal them, and I overheal myself. I'm not sure if they get an overheal. Probably not. But it's really nice because I actually benefit off of my own medkit even if I'm only missing like 5,000 health. And then on the move for killing bots. Real quick, me and Vaccine tested something that I came up with. And on the move is stacked with smart cover, stacked with a booster shot, all within the same 10 seconds, is the same as having Survivor Link. I killed a bot, I put down smart cover, and then I first aided, and he did 170 damage to me with an AUG. Let all of the buffs go away, I Survivor Linked, and he shot me, and he did 170 damage. So, this game has awesome combinations of talents, but we'll get into that later, of why none of them fucking come out on Xbox, at least. The store-bought AUG, if Meticulous worked, this would be like the best gun of all time, but it's unfortunate. I have this 160 Brutal Deadly AR. If this thing had balanced on it, Jesus Christ. I rolled another sub with skilled on the bottom. I've only used this thing a few times. I dismantled and sold a bunch of shit because I re-rolled a lot of stuff. We're in all blue, all red every day. Any video where I'm wearing my white with my orange pants from here on out is pre-patch. I switched my clothes once the 1.1 hit. And now let's get into the meat. Top 2 reasons of why this game is fucked right now. First reason, specific to Xbox. This is where I'm just gonna cut to the gameplay. I don't need to show my stats anymore. So for editing, Mike, that's you. It's your cue, baby. First reason. Shock turrets completely destroy the experience. I'd say if we go up against a group of 4 people, and we have anywhere from 2 to 3, the chances of them having at least one shock turret is like 95%. It's gross. And it literally, for me personally, it ruins the game. Give up on God. Shout outs to you. It completely ruins the game. We go on manhunt still, and we fucking destroy teams still. Not to the same extent, because we're not going against like blue weapons. Everybody's got gear, but they still get slaughtered. And all it takes is one minor mistake. One moment where you don't see the shock turret. One moment where you get caught out in the open. One moment where you can't shoot the shock turret because there's no aim assist and the thing is tiny and has a fucking tiny hitbox. And if you don't have like a pulse sub, you're not gonna get any crits on it, and sometimes it can take a while to kill, and it'll get you killed. And there's something about getting shocked and just flailing your arms and having everyone shoot you and dying, where you just ran away from them for 10 minutes and they couldn't touch you, and the moment they shock you, you die. Words don't describe how negative I feel about that. It makes me so upset. And I've been destroyed by multiple random ass shit happening on this game. Just in a fight, I've had my Kinect trigger multiple times. It's like Xbox say what? And then the Kinect pops up, it kicks you out of the game. That's happened at least 3 times. I've had an insane bug that's happened where the emote screen will get stuck. I don't know if it's my D-pad getting fucked up or if it's the game. If I had to bet, I'd say the game, because I'm not touching the fucking D-pad. and I'll just be sitting there, just randomly choosing all of the emotes, and what the fuck? Which one is the... Okay, it's down. Yeah, I'll just be sitting there, scrolling through the emote window, and I literally can't get out of it. And that's gotten me killed twice. I've had some problems lately hosting Skype calls. The game will freeze like once every 2 minutes, I'd say. I stand still where everyone plays, where on my screen I'm the only one moving. You know, I can't play my own game. For some reason, 90 download isn't good enough to host a Skype call. What else? Let's complain about some other shit in the Dark Zone. I think Explosive Shot and Incendiary Bullet might have been a cool idea when, you know, in pre-production. Shouldn't have made it into the game. Should not have made it into the game. Incendiary Bullet literally makes it so you can't play. Actually, before I delve into that, there's one counter to Shock Turret, and that is a 10-minute cooldown ultimate ability, signature skill, Survivor Link. In like 2v1s, I'm forced to ult if I'm out in the open and somebody puts down a Shock Turret. Because if I take the time to shoot it, that's basically me already standing still, and then the guy can kill me. And if I take the time to shoot it and I don't kill it and I get shocked, then I'm double fucked. Double penetrated. Dead. So I have to use a 10-minute cooldown ability to counter a stupid little AI turret. Terrible gameplay experience. Okay? Back to the Explosive Shot and Incendiary Shot. Incendiary Bullet. You can't sprint. You can't jump over stuff. You can't shoot. The only thing you can do is mash the A button. And you take damage over time. And then the moment it goes away and you try to kill him, you get hit by it again, and then you're fucked again. Incendiary Bullet, no, shouldn't be in the game. Explosive Shot. I don't know how it works, really. I see it like proc 100% of the time on M44s. I'm guessing the lower the rate of the fire, the higher chance it has to activate. And the splash damage on it is absolutely ridiculous. In that Manhunt Escape video I uploaded, I got one-shotted by a Vector with Explosive Shot. I don't know what the fuck that was. Explosive Shot is fucking stupid. It's dumb. Shouldn't be in the game. Splash damage on guns like this, dumb. And it completely negates the uniqueness of the other abilities, you know. I still don't even know how canned food works. It says 40% healing effect. Does that mean I heal more, or does that mean I heal faster? I'd love to activate that in a battle and stack it with first aid, but it would be better to just activate a bullet. And then once that's on cooldown, you can't activate anything else. Dumb. Soda is actually really good. Don't ever activate that in the battle, because activating bullet is just better. That's stupid. Once you're out of energy bars, GG against it. Incense Shot. What else is there? Getting jumped by dumbasses and then they don't kill you, so that they're a 19 and they're rank 1, and then you don't get rewards for killing them. Dumb as fuck. Having group members that aren't rogue and the other members are rogue is a complete oversight. Bacon came up with a really good idea when we were talking about this. The person who has the highest timer should just be for everyone. So I think like maybe they could all have double zeros above their head, and then the guy with the highest timer, his would click down or go down, and the moment he goes to 0, everybody's wiped. You know, and you have one guy that's manhunt and the other 3 aren't hostiles and they just block him. It's like, really? How am I supposed to shoot the manhunt? And then if you do decide to just kill them all, if you die, you get a 30-second respawn timer, and they don't get a 30-second respawn timer. It's so fucking dumb. You know, the problem is I really do like this game. I like it a lot. The Dark Zone is so tight. Too bad it's not set in the right universe. You know, just if you could just stroll up on players as a Geth Infiltrator or as a Vanguard. We're not even gonna theorize about that because it'll just make me cry. In fact, it just did. Let's see. What else is there to talk about besides the real problems, gameplay experience wise? It's really annoying how powerful vendors are in loot-based shooters. You never really saw. Well, I'm not gonna talk about Borderlands 2 as a loot-based shooter because there's no PvP, unlike Destiny in this game. We've talked about Xur. Xur selling the Soros completely changed the landscape of that game for over 2 years. It set the rest of the balance changes. The auto rifles got shit on, and then tank cannons took over. You guys know the drill. And it's happening again on this game. I don't know if SMGs are going to get nerfed into the ground, but the AUG that the vendors sold was an optimal roll. I've only rolled, I think, I've stopped rolling AUGs once I saw that last Friday. There's no point. Brutal is the best talent in the game, and it has Vicious, which is fantastic because First Aid, which everyone uses, is so good at keeping you at full health. You stack Booster Shot with Overdose and opening fights, with a pulse. You're near 100% crit chance. I have 50 right now. And I mean, the crit chance on the gun is pretty low. I think it's like 22 and a half. Yeah, 22 and a half. But you toss a pulse in there, Savage, Vicious, and you're near 100% crit chance. You just insta kill people. And it's really, really good. Now, if they sold Brutal, Deadly, Vicious, I would have just uninstalled the game because there would have been no point. Every fight would have been RNG. No skill required. Buy the gun. Speaking of skill, I mean, it's not skill to craft. Of course, it's not skill to have a gun drop from a boss. But why would you ever play in DZ6 when 32 bosses drop 30 gear? You remember there was like a period of like 2 days where everyone was like, holy shit, all of the bosses are gonna drop high ends, dude. Division best game ever. And that was before the patch, obviously. And then the patch hit and you played the Darkstone and it was like, wait, all of my gear is 182. Why is the pit boss dropping a 160? And then it happened over and over again. And then within like another 2 days, you realized that it was the fucking dumbest change ever. And not only that, the crafting prices skyrocketed. And God, I haven't even mentioned my nemesis in this game. Division Tech. So about a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I was ready to quit the game because of Division Tech. The fact that it costs 4 to craft something and then the chances of it being usable is like less than 10%. You can't get good gear in this game. So 2 weeks ago I was ready to quit, right? And then we were like, fuck it, let's do the challenge mode exploit. And of course, all that gear I just showed you 20 minutes ago, it was all cheated for. We did it like 5 times. And that brings me to my second point of why I'm done with this game until the next patch. And if that patch sucks, I'm not getting the season pass. It's over, dude. I will not get gear that will replace anything that I have right now. I mean, maybe the off chance I could get 180 gloves with a god roll with all the same stuff I had, and that's not gonna happen. So, what's the point of playing a loot-based game if for three weeks I cannot get gear that will be good enough to replace anything I have? Bacon, I don't know how you play without sentries called for. It was awesome at first, and now I'd say at least 50% of the players in the Dark Zone have it, and when you have 3 stacks in your head, it doesn't matter how much fucking health you have. You're gonna die, probably. And if you get shocked, if you get status affected with 3 stacks in your head, just drop your controller. It's over. And, you know, it's just... What the hell is going on with the other gear set pieces, by the way? Nomad is complete garbage. Strikers is only good for one thing, and that's in the incursion, which is complete ass. Wave-based? Prison of Elders? Did you guys not learn? Prison of Elders was horrible. And then that got remade for Destiny. Oh my god. These games are so dumb. And Tactician's Authority. I'm sold on Tactician's Authority. I watched some gameplay of a guy using Tactician's Authority, and he had, I think he had like 55,000 skill power and only 54,000 health and like 2,700 firearms. And everywhere you'd go, he'd just have a smart cover. He was like unkillable. I'm sold on that shit. Am I gonna craft for it though? Fuck no. 22 fabric, a pop to try to get a good roll on something when I already blew all my shit? No. No. Am I gonna be the support player? Fuck no. I ain't got time for support. Main Slayer over here. What was I talking about? Gear set items. Sentry's Call is by far the best. Now, is the next update going to introduce more gear sets? Who fucking knows? Because Massive won't say anything about this game. I streamed Mass Effect 1 last night, and I'm tempted. I think I'm going to stream again today with a mic this time. And I'm going to see how long that lasts, and then I think I'm going to go back into my Mass Effect 3 adventure, and I'm not going to get annoyed and play Batarian fucking Sentinel. I think I'm going to play some Geth Infiltrator, just all the broken characters. Mass Effect probably has the best universe ever for any game. I'm just going to be honest. That's how I feel about it. It's just from weapons to characters to powers to synergy, it is number 1. Alright, let's talk about... Well, I'm all over the place. Well, this might be a lot shorter than I thought, which is a good thing, because it's a smaller render time.